Hello, hello. It's Deb Lehigh coming to you from her studio, the Stampin' Hut. And I am going to be showing you four Christmas cards that probably will be in my Christmas card class. More details to follow. I'm still working that out. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Change of weather plays havoc on my allergies and sinuses. It's been really nice the last couple of days. I even turned off my air conditioner and had my windows open the past 2 days. That's how nice it was. So we'll give it a couple minutes for everyone to find us. Remy, lay down. And I was wondering, I didn't get a text, but welcome. Maybe I should have taken a nap. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Tina. Like I said, I have four Christmas cards. And then I have to tell you, I am going through 19 years of stamps from Stampin' Up, uh, paper, cardstock, embellishments, you name it. Whatever they sold in the last 19 years, you would not believe. And while I was going through some of them, I found the best snowman that we ever had. And I'm going to show you that when we first get started, because I am keeping him, and I think he was the best snowman we ever had. I was really sad to see him go when he went. We're going to get started. It is 8 o'clock. Um, I only have just a couple things I'm going to say, and then we're going to get busy. So let me flip the camera down. Mini catalog starts September 6th for you guys. So if you need a catalog and not working with a current demonstrator, let me know. I bet you do too, Tina. I should have mine by next week, okay? And an annual catalog. I'd be glad to send both of them to you if you're not working with a current demonstrator. Now we're going to get started. That's all I wanted to say. Now, before we get started, I'm going to show you this card I was talking about. It is a retired stamp, but I kept him. And it's Frosty. Everything on here is current with the exception of Frosty and the blue shiny paper. But I ran it through our 3D basic embossing folder, the dots. Took my white ink pad over the dots to make them white. So he is going to be one of our cards, and then I stamped the inside. He is going to be one of the cards in my card class, maybe two, depending on what I do with him, okay? I do have a couple other ones I will show you when I am done with tonight's video. Okay, first card. We are making that one. And I should tell you what stamp sets I'm using. I'm using Horse and Sleigh, the Cottage Wreaths, the Brightest Glow. I'm just using Merry Christmas. And the say that 5 times. Cheerful Daisies stamp set, because the last card I am doing is using this stamp set and this one. And I kind of made them supposed to be like poinsettias, so I don't know. I like the way it came out. Okay. So we're going to start with this. It is using Very Vanilla, 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Yeah, Rhonda, he was my favorite snowman. I mean, we had some other ones that I liked, but he was my favorite. Okay. And then I went ahead and I cut everything out so it wouldn't take me so long to do tonight. This is using the Deckle dies, which are new. Let me see, I should have them here. There's 14 in the set. And I went and I cut each one of them out. Okay, and it is using number and I took washi tape and laid it over top so they wouldn't fly around in the folder. So, but it's number 7 from the center. Okay. And I did that in Cherry Cobbler. Lay down, Remy. And then I went and just cut a piece. Well, I had this scrap in my bin. And it's actually 3 1/4 by 1. Then you need a piece of Very Vanilla, and that is the same length, 3 1/4. This is a little over 1 inch because of the Merry Christmas. Okay. You need a thin piece of Cherry Vanilla, this is 1/8, and I just cut a strip off of the scrap that I had, and then I stamped the leaves from the Horse and Sleigh. I stamped that, and I used our dies that comes with it to cut them out. You will need 2 of those, one in Very Vanilla and one in Garden Green. Okay, and what you're going to do first is lay your decal circle where you want it to go, and you're going to glue that down. Let's see if there's glues in here yet. I'm running low on, I have another in standby. Glue on the back, and then you're going to lay it down where you feel you want to lay your circle. Okay. Then you're going to glue your green down, your green tree. I am going to cut the bottom off a little bit. And we're going to lay this down like so. Got to cut the bottom off the other one. I'm cutting right, there's some lines down here on the end. I'm cutting right above that on the trunk. And we're going to glue him down. Offset it a little. Okay. Then you're going to take your green and you're going to put a tail. Make it like a banner, I guess they call it. I went in the center and I'm cutting from either end to the center to get my tail. That is going to lay there, okay? And we're gonna, before we put that down, we are going to stamp Merry Christmas. I have that here, and I moved him. I need to clean him though because that has Lost Lagoon on it. And I'm using our chamois. Mine's very well loved. If your stamp does not stick on your block, I'm going to show you a way to clean it. If I can find something here. You want, it's not real sticky here, so hold on a minute. Let me go get my what you need is some hand sanitizer, okay? And just put a little on your finger. On the back here. That's going to take the grit off and it will stick again. My dog's out here barking and I had just left him out, so he probably thinks it's bedtime. He goes and stands at the bed and barks for me to come to bed. And then you're going to lay that down and it sticks. Okay? I clean my blocks that way too, using the hand sanitizer. Then I'm going to get cherry cobbler. And we're going to make sure it's straight. That looks good. And then we're going to put it towards the right-hand side. Like so. Close this up before I get my hands in it. Lay down, hon. Then you're going to take your 1/8 inch strip and that's going to go on the end here. Now I have plenty here. I probably only need half of it. I'm going to fold it over. Just going to run a small amount of glue. There it is. Okay. I'm going to bring that up. And then I'm going to fold it a little. On here. Oh. All right. We'll do it that way. And then I'm going to take and put a little bit here. And then I'm going to cut this off. Fold him up. Then you have your strip. Glue this on here. Put it at the top. No, at the bottom. Sorry. So I'm only putting glue at the bottom because we're going to add dimensionals. Then you're going to lay this down. There. Okay. Turn it over. I don't need that there, but we'll fix that. Even, it was uneven. Okay. My dimensionals are, I just had them. Here. I'm going to put one over that glue. And then we're going to put on the top, on the bottom. The backing off. It laid right there. There, I'll have to get my eraser. I don't know what I did with it. It's here somewhere. If you see my table, you can't see that. So then I'm going to take our adhesive back glitter sequins, and I am going to take 3 white ones. I tried to do snowflakes on mine in white, and it had, I'll show you. You see that mark there? I didn't like it, so I took those. That's why I didn't stamp it on there. Okay, that is card number 1. Okay. Card number 2 is this one here. I gotta find my eraser. Here it is. I got glue on my paper here. We used to sell these, and when I was going through my stuff, I found a brand new one. It's still in the package. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this one. It's using the cottage wreath. I have everything cut. Gotta be so simple. Okay. So, this is from the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP, the back side. Okay. It is real red. I went and cut the bow from the cottage wreath in real red. And I did this wreath in garden green. Yeah, garden green. And cut it out for you. I just got to get the 3 little red dots. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Now, you see this here? We're going to cut the front. So, you just have to remember this is 1 inch by 5.5, okay? So you want to make sure you do not go further than 1 inch. So I start small, and if I have to take more off, I will. I am just using my 2 fingers, my thumb and pointer, and I am just cutting or tearing that piece off. Don't throw this away. Okay? So then if you lay this on here, and it's going to go right on the edge, and fold it over, you'll be able to see no white on this side. Well, hello, Irina. How are you? Welcome. Hey, could you send me your address through email? dkl333@comcast.net. I would appreciate it. Okay. So we're going to glue this piece on a while. Like I said, end to end. I hate to say this, but I smell a skunk, and my neighbor's dog goes after them, and I bet you one of them did. I smell it because I have my windows open. Okay, and I live in the city, so Okay, this piece that I cut off or tore off, you're going to flip it over so you see the rough edges, okay? That is going to go on the other side at the fold, okay? And you're just going to glue it down. Oh, I can get a little more out. So you're going to just take it to the end, top, bottom, and side. Okay, and you have that. Okay. Before I do anything with this, I need to get the 3 dots. A little, whoops, excuse my head, little block. And the real red. And you want to determine how you want to put this on your card, which way you like it the best. Because your bow is going to go up here. So I'm going to just leave that lay there while I put my red dots on. If I had red gems, we used to have them, I would have put red gems on there. Okay. And then I need to clean this stamp because I need to stamp that in garden green. Garden green. Okay. And what I'm going to do is put dimensionals on him. Lay that about right like that. Then I need my glue dots. And we're going to take one and roll it up with your fingers when you take it off. I'll just take my finger and rolling it. Gonna lay it in the middle there. And take my red bow and just push him down. Okay. Now we're going to stamp Merry Christmas. Just go right there. Card number 2. Clean that off a while because I think I'm using it again. Okay, card number 2. Okay. Card number 3 is this one. And when you open it up, there'll be a white piece in there with a tree. Let me see, do I have, I think I can. Hold on a minute, I'm going to do that while I'm thinking of it. I need a 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. That is going to go on the inside. Oh, thank you, Tina. These are going to go on, that one's going to go on the inside. Let me get the And then we're going to take this tree and I need a tall block and I need early espresso. Where's my card? Oh, here. So you can see it while I'm doing it. Now, I'm using crumb cake. 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. That seems to be my go-to base. Every now and then I do the 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, you will need a piece of early espresso, and that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put that on a while. Okay. And then for the inside, you need 5 by 4 1/4. Before I do that, I'm going to take my early espresso and my leaveless tree, and I'm going to stamp that up. Stamp, stamp, stamp. And you get the 3 shaded trees. I'm going to put that in. Like so. Okay. Now, we are going to stamp. This is 3 3/4 by 5. That is going to be your layer here. Okay. Then I'm going to take, and I am going to tear, as you can see here, there's 2 pieces that are tore. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, on the straight edge, I am just going to tear that's going to lay like that, and then I'm going to just turn around and go to the other edge, and I'm just tearing it across. Okay, then you're going to lay it here. It's hard to see white on white. You're going to just lay them here because you're going to put the edge on the edge here. Before we do, I am going to get our blending brush, and I'm going to use Pool Party. And I'm going to do the edge here. Tap here, tap off, and just go on the edge. If you don't have our brushes, our daubers will do the same thing. In fact, I think that might have been what I used. But you don't want it real dark. I think that one is pretty dark, the one on my card. You just want enough to highlight it a little. Then you're going to take Wink of Stella, and you're just going to run that along your rough edge where you put the Pool Party or your color. And you're just going to run that across to give it a little shine. This is a glitter pen. Let me see if you can see it. I didn't think you could. And I'm going to get the other one. that across till you get your desired glitter. If you don't have this, we had Dazzling Diamonds, which is glitter, and my granddaughter got into it, had it all over my bed. That was fun. Glitter everywhere. You can go out in my backyard where I shook my bedspreads off and see glitter on the sidewalk. And we're just going to lay these down like so. Before we do that, we're going to stamp the trees. Oh, I put the brown away. I only used Early Espresso when I used this, when I did the card. I want you to see this. Okay. So what I did here, I started over here and I stamped once, twice, okay? Then before I stamped this one, I went ahead and stamped again and again to get the different colors. And then I went over here to the edge and did the same thing. And then I kind of put these up. And then I'm going to do the middle 3 different times. Now I don't like this here. I don't like that there. I didn't put that up far enough. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to make this just a tad smaller. And cut that off. I thought I had it up high enough. So we're just going to trim that a little. Okay. So then we're going to lay these here. And what I'm doing here is just running glue on the edge, on the very bottom. With that anymore. I'll use this one. Put it there for a minute. Lay this on the bottom, lining up the bottom and the sides. The reason why I didn't put the whole glue all around, you're going to slide this under. Okay, so then we're going to put glue, not the whole way up, and on the bottom, on the front part. In here, line up the edges and go down as far as you can go. If you want to, you can lift that top part here, this right here, and put a little glue underneath there so it holds it. Okay, but it's not going to go nowhere because you got glue on them, on the top and the bottom of this one. I went ahead and cut the sleigh and the horse, and I used our markers. This is actually crumb cake. Here I use pencils, or watercolor pencils. This is Pecan Pie. This is Night of Navy, so is this. Bermuda Bay. No, I'm sorry. Coastal Cabana. Flirty Flamingo, and Boho Blue. Okay. And he is going to go right there, and we're going to put dimensionals on him. Real crazy with dimensionals. You just want to make sure it's popped up a little. Okay. I know some like to use dimensionals. Lay him on here. So then this gets glued on the front of the card. I cut some off the top. Now I gotta make sure the top and bottom are the same uh, distance apart. Now I did not stamp any greeting on here because you don't have to necessarily use this as a Christmas card. But I would stamp in here what I wanted to say or add my okay. So that is card number 3. Number 2, I did at the very last minute. I was still cutting it out before I turned on today. This is it. This is where I used the Daisy stamp set. I used the Merry Christmas again, but I did it in red because I don't have a poinsettia stamp, so I thought this will do. So I used the paper from Irresistible Bloom paper, and it opens up like that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. I have everything cut for you. I will give you the measurements. Let me put that over there. You start out with 8.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to bring in my scoring pal, my score pal. And I have the dimensions somewhere. I kept them out. I thought I did. Oh, here. Okay. You're going to score it on the 8.5-inch side. Okay. You're going to score it at 2.5, 6 3/4. Okay. That's that. And this, like I said, this is 8.5 by 5.5. So we're going to score that. Make sure it's even. And bring this side in. And you have your fold. Okay. Your DSP for this side is 1.5 by 5 1/4. So we can put that on a while. I'm gonna open this up. And then you're gonna have a piece that's 2.25 by 5 1/4. Gonna go, yeah, that is gonna go this way. Even all around. And then when you close it, you get this. Okay. Now, if you have a pattern that is going all one way, you want to make sure you cut it the right way. Mine is stripes. So it really, and with dots on the front. So it really doesn't matter if I would have turned it around. Okay, because it would be the same thing. Okay. For, oh, I lost my leaf here. The real red and basic white, you need 4 3/4 by 3.5. That is your real red. That's going to go here. And then you need a piece of basic white, which is 4.5 by 3.25, and that's going to lay on top. But before we do that, excuse my arm if you see it, I'm using our new Trio punch. It's this cuts a hole like a slit. This is a decorative corner, and then this is like a triangle, and that's the one we're going to use. So we're going to stick it in. There's notches on both sides. You want to make sure it is flushed against those notches. And you want to do opposite ends. And you're going to do the same thing on your basic white. Okay. And then, before we glue it down, we're gonna, I have a 3/4 inch strip by 5.25. That is gonna go right on the inside. So let's put that inside, don't lose it. That is gonna go in this side here. Okay. We can lay the red down. So I'm gonna, but you don't wanna glue the whole thing. You just wanna do the one side. So let's see. Right. So what I'm gonna do is just take and put some glue about there. I'm gonna lay it down, and I am eyeballing it for the top, bottom, and sides. Now for this, I did 2 flowers in real red and stamped the center with crushed curry. They're gonna lay there, and then I fussy cut. I do not have the dies. The stamp set does, the daisies does come with dies, and I do not have the dies, so I fussy cut it. And I just want to lay it here to see where I want to stamp my Merry Christmas, okay? And I am stamping that in Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to do that now. Like so. Now, I'm going to close this up. And now I can put this on the top and then finish it with the flowers. So you're just gonna eyeball it, make it even all around. And I'm looking at the corners and corners here so that I know it lines up. All right. Then we're gonna put dimensionals on our daisies. 2 in the center, because the leaves I will glue and slide them under the daisies. That way you don't have to worry about them not being able to slide under. So that's gonna go like that. And this one is gonna go. Gotta make sure it don't hang out over so that would fit in the envelope. And then you're just gonna take your leaves. Oh, I thought I got rid of that one. All right, and we're gonna slide under. I'm gonna take this one here. I'm gonna take one more. here. Okay. And then we have 3 more. Used to stand up, you could have glued them to the flower underneath. Over here. Now we need our Faceted Gems, the trio pack. And it comes with Lost Lagoon, White, and Smoky Slate. So I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon. I'll use this one. Oh, there it is. And I could never use that way. I'll put 1. That is card number 4. I hope you enjoyed tonight's. I have a couple I want to show you that I'm thinking of putting in my Christmas card class. Of course, it was this one here, okay, with Frosty. Then I did this one, and that is using a new stamp, Fragrant Forest. And what I did was, I did a video on them. It is this stamp. And what I did was, I fussy cut these trees. This one's up the top, and this one's the middle one. And I used this one on another one. In fact, I might have it with this stack here. But I fussy cut around the trees. And then I just laid her down on there. But I don't know if I'm going to have this one in the card class, because a lot of people don't like fussy cutting. And then here's another one using the one horse sleigh, and it opens like that. Okay. Another one, this was the first one I did using this stamp set. That's using the paper that goes with the suite. And then here's another one using the cottage wreath. I have to say, this paper here, the DSP, is retired, okay? But everything else is in. And then this one, I stamped the trees right on. This is the bottom of that stamp. And I just stamped that right on there. So that is what I have so far, and I'm not, like I said, I am not sure all these will be in the card class, but I wanted to show you different ideas using some of the stamp sets. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back on Tuesday. I might have some thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, I don't like it when, when you have to sit and watch somebody color. So I try to do all that ahead of time. I think that takes up too much time when you want to show how to make them. So I want to thank everybody that came tonight, and like, share, and if you don't follow me on YouTube or Facebook, please hit the bell button. I think the bell underneath my videos on under my video, or subscribe, and then hit the bell. That will tell you when I'm on. And on YouTube, just follow me, or Facebook, just follow me, and you should be able to know when I'm on there, because I do both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. But thank you for coming. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you back here at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, day after Labor Day. Have a wonderful weekend, holiday.